Hello. So today we are kicking off the Instagram live series. I am so excited for this. If you haven't seen our posts about it already, Jessica Haidet, gosh, Jessica, I hope I say your last name right. But Jessica Haidet has joined us. She is our intern for the summer, and she is going to join me today. But she has a new to start an Instagram live series. So if you haven't heard already, we are, hey,
Hi.
hi, it worked, it
Yes,
worked.
we're in.
Um, so, and hopefully our connection will hold up. So
Yeah.
I was just saying that for anybody who doesn't know, we started a podcast a couple of months ago, and it's under the name For Animals for Earth. And Jessica had this awesome idea to do Instagram live series as well, which I'm really excited about because I think that we're going to be able to do short little interviews of people who are doing tons of different things to make a difference. And so we thought we'd start today by introducing you. So
Yes.
that's what I was saying.
So excited.
So I thought I would ask Jessica a couple of quick questions today just to get us going. And so I like to start in the interviews that I've done so far. I like to kind of go back a little bit and learn a little bit about people's stories. And so I'm wondering for you, did you grow up being really passionate about helping the earth and helping animals, or did that come about some point later in your life?
Yeah. So I feel like I always loved animals even as a kid. I just loved all types of animals, but it wasn't something I grew up really thinking about beyond oh, they're so cute, all of that. But I think around when I was probably a sophomore in high school, I don't even know how. I think I started watching documentaries and all these sad videos and all this stuff that started making me think a lot. And I think the first thing that I really thought about was eating meat, and I was like, this is not adding up. I love pigs, I love cows, like all these things. I think they're so cute. I want them as pets and all this. And they're on my plate. It just didn't make sense. And then it wasn't even a decision where I was I'm going to be vegetarian, I'm not going to eat meat anymore. It was just one day, I think I was had the opportunity to go eat a normal meal, and I was I can't eat this. This is just I feel so guilty, so sad. And then literally from that moment forward, I just never ate it again. And then I think from there, obviously as I got older, climate change and all the concerns with that became a lot more a bigger deal, and just everyone started talking about it more. So it was you couldn't avoid thinking about it, especially just being in school. And so I think once I started to learn more about it, I was this is really bad. This is I need to do everything I can to not contribute to what's going on, what's going wrong, I guess. And so, yeah, I would say around in high school is when I became really aware of all my habits and how I wanted to change them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I had something similar. I think the documentaries really make a huge difference. I feel like everybody that I want to try to introduce an idea to, I'm like, watch a documentary. I mean, they change you because you can't hardly watch without being touched to the core, right? So, yeah, I think it's such an awesome way to make a difference, because once you become aware, it just gets harder and harder, yeah, not to do something. I'm totally there with you.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited, obviously, that you've joined the For Animals for Earth team, and you're doing lots of cool stuff, getting ready to start lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
What do you, I know it's kind of hard to pick one thing in the whole realm of the environment and animals, but if you were to say one thing that you feel most excited about or passionate about making a dent in right now, what would that be?
Yeah. I think the thing that at least I think about the most, and it kind of goes for animal rights stuff and environmental, is factory farming, because it's so inhumane, and then on top of that it's horrible for the environment. Just so many parts of it are so bad. And that was one of the biggest things that I mean, I couldn't continue eating meat, but if I had, I would have been like, I absolutely can't like get stuff that's just like mass produced. It's like so bad for your body and it's so bad for the environment and the animals. So I feel like, and once you talk to people about that, even if they're like, they love meat and like all this stuff, I think they're really open to like learning that that's just not the way to go about it if you're going to do it. So I think people are really open to learning about that, and there's so much change there that is already being made but can continue to be made. So yeah.
Yeah, I find that too, that I think the vast majority of people don't want to see animals suffer.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, it's just in our, at least in the US, our system, we're so separated from it that you don't really even think about it, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. I feel too like most people, when the awareness becomes, it's kind of like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to contribute to that.
Yeah.
So I like to wrap everything up into one simple idea that I love it. On almost every interview I've ever done, some animal is involved.
Yeah.
And it makes me so happy. I love it.
Yeah, my dog, she can't help but bark if she hears any light noise.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like, get their voices in here.
Yeah.
I like to kind of bubble things down for everybody to just one simple thing that if you're feeling compelled to do it when you hear it, it's something that you could bring into your everyday life.
Yeah.
I'm curious and you could literally pick anything in the realm of anything. Yeah. Is there one idea that you could share with people today that if they want to try it, they could go for it?
Yeah. I guess I'm going to stick in the realm of like plant-based eating because I'm talking about that a lot. But
yeah, makes sense.
I think like me and my friends and my family, we talk about this all the time. Like, even if you're not going to cut it out completely, like just when you don't absolutely feel like you need it or you want it, like don't eat it all the time. Maybe pick a day or a meal where you're like not going to have it, or maybe transition to pescatarian, as a lot of my friends have done. I think that's like, you can look up all the like stats on how much water it saves and how much land and animal and all this stuff that it saves when you start eating less meat. And I think it feels really good to know, like, yeah, you feel like you're just one person and you don't have like the animal's already dead, like whatever all the thoughts are, but there really are real impacts to just cutting it out a little bit. So I think that's a really good place to start, is just decreasing like how much of your food is animal based, and it will like, and overall like it can be a lot better for you if you like stop eating as much red meat and everything. So I think it's just something to try, and once you try it, I found a lot of people are like, it's not as bad as I thought, or like I do have like a lot less guilty conscience about like eating animals and like all this stuff. So I think it's really worth giving it a shot, at least. Like there's nothing that you can lose by at least trying a little bit. So
yeah. I love that. It's like, pick one meal this week and try it and see how it goes. Yeah. It's awesome. So can you share your handle for people to follow you?
Yes, I can. Should I just type it?
Or just say it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just Jessica Haidet. Yeah. My first and last name, nothing, no other punctuation or anything. So.
Okay, perfect. And it's Haidet, right?
It's
or is it something fancy?
I
was gonna say it's probably something fancy. I knew like as soon as I said your name, when I was like, Jessica Haidet is joining me, and I was like, that's probably not right.
Yeah, it's okay. Like literally, no one ever gets it right on the first try because it could be so many different things. But it's Haiti, like the country, so silent T. But
perfect. Yeah. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for jumping on. Thank you for coming up with this idea and for getting it started. For people who would love to hear more of these conversations, we're going to put a graphic announcing it ahead of time on our Instagram feed. And then also, of course, like this will be in the stories to all of our interviews will be there to listen to. So thank you everybody who joined. I have no idea. I don't see comments. So if anyone commented and we missed it, I apologize for that. But yeah, thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right. Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay,
bye everybody. Bye.
Oh God.